Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. 'Tis the season to be jolly and to get your jollies. Come with me, sit on my lap while we read some seasonal smut. So I thought it would be fun to kick off the festive season by getting slutty for Santa. But I jokes, but maybe I don't jokes. So I have found 4 erotic Christmas novellas to read with you. And to see maybe to unlock a new kink. I don't know. We shall find out. The first story is called The Gingerbread Man, and it's by Shayla Storm. And this is about a young woman whose grandmother has passed away, and she inherits a mysterious box that is filled with, hello Sylvie, baking ingredients for a gingerbread man. And she bakes the gingerbread man. And let's just say she likes the way his cookie crumbles. At least that's what I'm assuming he's going to happen. So I'm going to read it. It's very short. I think it's only 50 pages. So I'm going to read it. I might read you some choice phrases out of the smut. I'm still, like I said, discovering what is not allowed. I'm going to push the boundaries, obviously. I'm going to test the limits because that's just how I like to roll. So we're going to start with the gingerbread man because gingerbread is my favorite Christmas treat. And it's, oh, Sylvie. It's how I like to decorate. I decorate with gingerbread men and candy canes. That's my Christmas theme. So I thought I had to try. So most of these are going to be weird. Okay, I think there's one that's about Santa, and the rest, yeah. Well, you'll see as we go along. So let's get reading. I am going to wash this off and change into something more comfortable. So you're just getting this for the intro. I can't take myself seriously while I'm looking like this. But I'll catch you back here whilst I recline and read some Christmas kink. Oh my god. Okay. So this gets into it so quickly. We've already got a sex scene 20 pages in. Her grandmother, I'm sorry if that's annoying, I'll go and stop and over in a second. Her grandmother died. She was very close to her. I think they're Nordic. And instead of keeping the house, she told her grandmother, give it to my sister, who's an absolute Grinch, the worst person. And that doesn't make sense, okay? That doesn't make sense. But anyway, she told her grandmother, give the house to my sister when you die. And she did. And her sister calls her and says, hey bitch, there's a box in the attic with your name on it. Come get your shit before I throw it out. So she goes to Granny's, gets the box. Her sister's very weird, very sus. She's like, open it. I want to see what's inside, open it. And she's like, yeah, no, not gonna. She takes it back home. It's a baking kit. She's like, okay, Granny, there's a little special jar called Special Spice. All things naughty and nice. And so she bakes this, like, just giant gingerbread, and they're told, leave it in the oven, but the oven's off, and just leave it overnight. And she goes to bed, and then she hears a knocking on her door. And it's a man's voice, so she freaks the fuck out, which naturally you would, and threatens bodily harm. But he's like, no, your grandmother saved me. I am Magnus, or whatever his name was. And I was cursed by Thor, and your grandmother has saved me. So there's Norse mythology in here, which I was not expecting. And so she opens the door, and there's a giant gingerbread man. And he says that they have to consummate, for the curse to be lifted. They have to have the sex. And she's like, listen, mate, like, it's the middle of the night. You've just woken me up. I'm talking to a giant gingerbread man. Just give me a night to, like, wrap my head around this and get some sleep, and we'll talk about it in the morning. So she's just gone to bed, and she's having a sex dream. So this is a sex dream, and she's got this, like, Viking man in there giving her a lesson in cunning linguistics. And he says, you taste divine. And she's like, you're very skilled in that department. And yeah, so she's already, okay, so in her dream man has an enormous phallus. Quite substantial, a lot of girth and length. Oh no! Oh, so she's woken up from the dream unsatisfied, so she decides to finish herself off so she can get back to sleep. And all of a sudden she hears, that was quite the delectable sight. It turns out that our cookie man let himself into her room and was sleeping next to her while she was enjoying her fingers. Oh, and he's telling her, say my name. So this is a bit of a kink. If you like people saying, say my name, you'll enjoy this. Yeah, he's a cookie woman. He's a cookie. I know it smells nice. I thought like someone smelling like gingerbread. Oh, it'd be very hard not to lick them. I get it. Hello. Hello, baby. Okay, so basically Loki has teamed up with her Wicked Witch sister, and Loki's just in it for the shits and giggles. He's just in it to amuse himself. So he's told, obviously, her sister Ingrid that the cookbook she's gotten left by her mother is very powerful. It's basically, you know, like a witch's tome. And she's licking him again. Okay. Oh, it's so weird. It's so weird. It's so weird. Oh, he's a gingerbread cock. I've never seen that before. Oh. It's not at the least risk of crumbling. Oh my lord. I wonder if she's going to dunk him in milk first. Oh, okay, so the cookie stays hard, even when it's moistened. Put that away from me. Go over there, mate. Oh, he's got frosting, sweet frosting. I had a feeling it was going to be flavoured like frosting. Lucky it's going in her mouth, otherwise she's going to get a yeast infection.
They got a yeast infection.
It's so funny how you've now never read Erect Cookie Dick before in my life. It's like a new combination of verbs I never thought would exist. It's kind of fun though. It's weird. It's weird, but it's fun, I guess. Maybe I'm just gaslighting myself. I am crying tears of laughter. Say my name, say my name. Magnus or Magnus. Oh, we've got a good girl. That's my good girl. We've got a good girl in here as well. Yeah, okay, so she's just got filled up with frosting. Girl. Oh, girl. That's not good for you. Oh, God. The tears keep coming and they don't stop coming. Unfortunately, yeah, she's waking up the next day. He's still a gingerbread man. She's like, I fucked a gingerbread man for nothing. Seems like you enjoyed yourself, lady. But yeah, he's still a gingerbread man. So it looks like we've got a sister showdown happening. I realise I'm spoiling this book. I'm not going to spoil any more of the plot in case you want to read it yourself. That's one way to say hello to somebody, I guess. And now she's like, I should probably go get a checkup. Couldn't have been healthy to, you know, have that much frosting up in there. Like, yes, bitch. Okay, so I just finished the book. Okay, it was very insta-love, obviously. You've got 50 pages to get into it. I don't know. I don't know if I have ruined gingerbread for myself. Oh God, I'm sure I'll eventually forget. I'm sure I'll eventually forget what I've read. Oh, I've just got to check to see I haven't, because I kept my mascara on. It feels like it's running down my face. I think I'll be all right. I think I'll eventually be all right, and I'll go back to the gingerbread. Like, my gingerbreads don't come with massive peens, so already there's a difference there. It was fun. Look, for me personally, I don't enjoy sex scenes unless there's been a long build-up. It's the Demi in me. I need connection between characters. I'm just not someone for instant sexaroonies, you know, the one-night stand situations. I like sex has to include deep intimacy, and that's not just physical intimacy. So, you know, they don't really do anything for me. I don't get excited because it's just so quick, fast, hard and dirty. But they were pretty decent. I would probably rate them, well, I guess it'd be MA, but they weren't like shocking. The shocking part was that he was a gingerbread man in the beginning, but it didn't get too like weird. It didn't get real weird with it. It was already weird because of the setup, but the sex itself was pretty standard. I like that it tried to do some kind of story. It tried to weave some Norse mythology in there. We got to go to Valhalla and meet Odin and Freya and all the gang. So that was fun. And obviously she got to bang him in human form as well. So yeah, I'm rating these for what they are, okay? So these are smut erotica novellas, Christmas kinky ones. So I'm rating them with that in mind. So for me, this is like, oh, it's hard though, because I don't know what the others are like. So I might revisit my rating once I've read the others, but so far this one was fun and decent, and I like the characters besides Ingrid, the bitch sis. So I'm going to give it I want to say a 4.25, but I'll round it down to a 4. So I'm going with a 4 at the moment. We'll see how the others go. It might get bumped up based on the other stories if I think they're worse, and I'll be like, oh, this one was actually really good, you know. So that's that one. Let's see what we've got up next. Okay, so the next book that we've got is Getting Kinky with Krampus by Tabitha Lovelace. Very cool name. Very cool cover. This cover is so just hitting the spot. It's giving vintage Christmas vibes, and I am gagged over it. I was hoping to get a Grinch one in here, but I couldn't find one for free, and I'm sorry, my dudes, I'm not paying for Christmas erotica monster smart. So I found what I could for, you know, Kindle Unlimited. But yeah, this cover is my favorite cover out of the bunch, and it's a fated mates paranormal holiday monster romance novella featuring Krampus. I'm sure he's going to give us a massive cramps in her uterus with his monster dong. Let's be real. I think that's what I've got in store for me. So I think going forward with the other ones, I will just pop on here to talk about the sexy scenes and give you maybe like an overall loose idea of the plot. Okay, so in this one, you've got Chris Reindeer, who seems to be Krampus, but he can change his appearance to be more human. And Holly Winters, who is, yeah, just in town. So there's a new bajillionaire that's moved into town, and obviously it's Chris Reindeer, aka Krampus, and she's just had a bit of a meet cute with him and has been hired by him to work for him. So there's a bit of a boss-employee dynamic going on. We have another good girl kink. Good girl. So I've just been given his scent, and his scent is leather, oak, and expensive cigars. He just said, have you been naughty or nice this year? And I can't but help but think,
I'll take that as naughty. Naughty.
Bro, this is escalating very quickly. This is going fast. And all of a sudden he's like, oh, I know your pussy's wet for me. I can smell it. Okay, so this is BDSM. We've got a bit of punishment, dirty little slut, spanking, please sir, may I have some more, may I have permission to come? So it's that kind of situation. Okay, so I was about to tell you what's going on, and then my ex-husband's girlfriend rocked up, and we had a little catch up. She's gorgeous, love her to bits and pieces. So I quickly caught up with her, and she's like, what's going on here? I'm like, oh, I'm filming for my vlog. And she's like, oh, that's great. That's so sweet. And I'm like, oh, no. I'm like, I'm reading Christmas erotica. And she's like, that's even better. So she's adorbs. But anyway, where was I going with this? So he just morphed into Krampus mid-thrust. And so when he's in Krampus mode, he's gorgeous, even bigger, and of course he tastes like something. So you ready for it? He tastes like salty black licorice candy from Europe. Oh, and his dick is black. And not only that, his liquor hids are also black and shimmery, like glitter. Like he's got some glitter in there. It's like a galaxy spunk. So yeah. I just learned a new term. I need to learn a new term, guys. So, snowballing. He's like, do you know what snowballing is? No, sir, I do not. He's enlightened me. So snowballing is when you move it back and forth between each other's mouths. So, you know, spit and not swallow at the same time as having sex. So you're just passing it back and forth, just frothing it up. Book is killing me. This book is killing me, guys. So he has a forked black tongue, and it's good for licking pussy, guys. Gets the job done, if you know what I mean. Coming to you with Nova Moon. This book and Blue Bubbles. This book is bonkers, bro. I'm supposed to be looking over there, but you're just gonna see me looking in a weird angle because I feel weird looking over there. Oh, so it's very insta-lovey. He has already proposed. So that's in there too, you know. Yeah, it's a lot. There's a lot happening. It's so much sex. This is definitely rated R. So I'm like, what else is going to happen? Look, there's been very little plot elsewise. It's the fate and mates thing has come to play here at the 35 page mark. There's 35 pages to go, so we'll see what else we've got in store for us. Probably a lot more jizz, probably a lot more black licorice jizz. Hey, just so you know, the safe word is jingle bells. And we've just started getting into some pagan rituals, so that is kind of fun. We're doing some spell work, some witchcraft. Okay, so that was a very... Oh, I've got another cat in the corner there. That was a very naughty book full of naughty boys and naughty girls. It got really witchy in the end, which I enjoyed. There was like a semblance of a plot, okay? Like the barest sprinkling of a storyline in there. This was pretty much all about sex, guys. Very kinky, BDSM-y sex. So like I said, definitely R-rated, definitely the kinkiest of the Christmas stories so far. I'm what am I gonna rate it, bro? Like, I don't fucking know. I just don't know. I'd probably say a 3.75 and I'll round it up to a 4. So they're both 4, but then the other one was better. So maybe I'll bump the Christmas bread one. I don't know. They're all silly though. I don't know how to rate this stuff. I don't know. I think I'll just leave them both at 4s. Okay. We're going to go on to the next one. Let me go see what it is. Okay, so the next book is called Santa Slays His Belle by Chris Renee. He's not your typical Santa Claus. So this is an actual Santa book, and it's got a Santa who's not in the mood for reindeer games, guys. He's tired, cold, and ready to escape this blasted winter. But can Santa deliver all that his good girl asked for Christmas? We will see. It says, yeah. So we'll see what this one's like. How many pages is this one? 103. Oh, that's so long. But okay, I guess that's what we're reading next.
Tom, this candle is amazing. Highly recommend. Thank you for getting me this candle.
Okay, so I'm 10 pages in and we have Belle, who is a virgin, living in a small mining town she has a telecommunications degree, but didn't get anywhere. Didn't go nowhere. Didn't get any in her either. So we're getting a lot of backstory. This is treating it like it's a legit book. Like we're legitimately getting the character's history and the situation. So this is definitely probably the most story-like thus far. Okay, sorry if I have food on my face. I just had to get a snack because I'm working up an appetite reading these books. So Santa in this one was a former bikie. He's got a lot of tats. He's got a foul mouth on him. He's sick of this shit. And he ends up finding himself at a woman's house because his elves played a prank. And he's about to go, and then he notices a certain scent is in the air. And he lifts magically the covers off the sleeping woman, and she's fingering herself. And good old Santa Claus decides to join in and stroke his candy cane. And they both have a very, very happy ending. And he just said a new turn of phrase, which I've never heard before. Figgy fucking pudding. Okay, that's a new thing. You can say, what in the figgy fucking pudding was that? But Santy, I don't know about whether that was consensual. You know what I mean? Santa Claus, a bit of a perv, a bit of a peeping Tom. Hey. Okay, let me tell you about this book. Okay, so I'll give you the notes. Santa Claus smells like spicy molasses cookies and evergreen trees. He's a very cranky, crass Kris Kringle. I didn't really like him, to be honest. Literally, like, the first thing he says to her is like, nice tits, love. Not my kind of man. He likes to call her Angel. That's his nickname. He doesn't really care about boundaries. He comes on very, very, very strong. He gets some plum pudding and he pours it all over her peppermint patty. Speaking of, he tastes like peppermint, his tongue, but his ejaculate tastes like salty sugar cookie frosting. So there was kind of a bit of a story going on. Not really. Like I said, they went into her background and that kind of thing, but plot-wise, it's mostly just Santa emptying his sack. There's some nice presents at the end of the book. She gets an emerald crusted butt plug, And Merry Christmas to Belle, and to Belle a good night. So this one was probably my least favorite. I just didn't like Santa, didn't like Kris Kringle. He was too brusque and macho for me, so wasn't my cup of tea. I am giving this one a 3. I would rate this one an R. It was a little bit kinky. It included some chimney action. So let's see what we've got next. There's one more book to read, and it is Tempting the Christmas Gnomes by Leda Weil. This one's got a full-on blurb. I'm just gonna say to myself, I can't get enough of these hot gnomes. Just like the little ho 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 I am begging for their magical pleasure and delicious spice. It is Christmas Eve and I am desperate to find out if the tales are true. Can I tempt my farm's rugged gnome into stuffing more than just my stocking? As luck would have it, my gnome is as insatiable as I am, and spicy in more ways than one. When 2 more hot gnomes join in on the fun, it becomes a not-so-silent night to remember. Oh, they love the puns with this one. Their magical enhancements satisfy my every desire and then some. It's a sugar plum dream come true. It's spicier than a Christmas spice cake. Contains puns, magically enhanced bits, and festively flavored fluids. Okay, all right, everybody place your bets. What's the flavor going to be? It's gnomes. Eggnog? Maybe not eggnog. Okay, spiced rum, mulled wine, maybe not a liquor though. If it's not a liquor, we haven't had candy cane come yet. So maybe that. Pfeffernusse, which is like a type of gingerbread, maybe. What else is there that's Christmas? Christmas pudding, obviously. In Australia, Christmas is very much like prawns, not shrimp. We don't throw shrimps on the barbie. Prawns and like seafood. It's normally hot, you know, cherries and mangoes. But in America, so I'm just thinking alcohol, like hot toddy, but I think it'll be candy canes, or I'm gonna go for, I'm going for candy cane. That's my answer. I'm locking it in, and I'll touch base with you guys later on once these gnomes have gathered. Are you ready for this last one? All right, let's just get straight into it. So, the main character in this, I think her name was Elsie. She's a horny lady. She's got mad cougar energy. She just decides, I'm gonna fuck some gnomes. Well, she likes to call them nilfs, and she makes it happen. She so with these nilfs, they are 3 feet tall, but their penises, when you add a little bit of juice, they expand. They expand in size. They're also ridged for her pleasure, and they vibrate. So magical peen it is. Of course, it's flavored. Are you ready? Drum roll, please. Gingerbread jizz. There was also a lot of a good girl. Once again, that seems to be very popular. There's lots of good girls at Christmas time, I guess. And at one point she screamed out, "Natty!" I'm sorry. Natty! Oh, I died. My God. I guess it's 'tis the season to be horny with this one. This was definitely rated R. There was some triple penetration going on here. So yeah, this was definitely R. It was just all spice. There's no story at all in this one. I thought Krampus, getting kinky with Krampus, didn't have a story. My God, it had plot on plot on plot compared to this one. This is just a woman getting freaky in a haystack with 3 gnomes. Yeah, so this one I'm rating a 3 as well. So let's take a walk back down Kinky Christmas Lane and go over all the books I read for this. Look, very fun. It was very fun. I would do it again in the future, so let me know which solstice kink you want me to read, or maybe I'll just do all of them. Maybe it'll just be celebrate the seasons with some seasonal smut kind of thing. Do a little series, why not? So I'm going to rank them in order from, look, when I say worst to best, it doesn't mean I'm overall, okay? Because I guess I could have also ranked the sex, but but I didn't write down enough notes for that, so maybe next time I'll do smut ranking and then actual book overall story plot ranking. So coming in last was Santa Slays His Belle. I didn't really like that one. That's a 3. Santa just rubbed me the wrong way. And then we had, with also a 3, Tempting the Christmas Gnomes, because guys, I just can't. I just can't. When I think of a gnome, I think of my favorite movie, which is Amelie. And I know that gnome got around, but not in this way. So yeah, but look, it was very raunchy. It was, so look, it was probably slightly better than Santa Slays His Belle, because at least the gnomes were decent. So I might give that one a 3.5, okay? Just so it's got a higher ranking than Santa Slays His Belle. Sylvie! She attacked the Barbies. Next up, we have Getting Kinky with Krampus by Tabitha Lovelace. Best cover, hands down. That's a fantastic cover. I gave that one a 4 stars. Well, I gave that one a 3.75, rounded it up to a 4. And then my favorite read of this one was The Gingerbread Man by Shayla Storm, which I gave 4.25, and then I rounded it down, but it was the winner. Okay, I'm not going to give it a 4.5. It's not a 4.5 star story, but it was the best smut. Now we're also going to rate. God, there's some, like, it's just the things I'm saying. Now we're going to rate which spunk was the tastiest. Okay. Let's go. So to refresh your memory, and so I'm going to go in order of my least favorite. Not that I've tasted these personally, but just the idea, okay? So we've got the salted black licorice, because I have tasted salted black licorice, and it's an acquired taste, okay? It's an acquired taste. I know those Germans love it, but I couldn't get behind it. So that's definitely my least favorite. And then we had Santa Slays His Belle with his salty sugar cookie frosting. So that's sort of, you don't know what that salt sugar balance is. So that could go either way. So that's next. And then I would say the vanilla cookie frosting from the Gingerbread Man would be up next. And I'd probably say my favorite would be just straight up gingerbread from the gnomes. But that also depends on the gingerbread. Some gingerbread is too spicy. So it depends on the gingerbread. Otherwise, I'd go for the vanilla cookie frosting, because that's pretty safe, but it could be incredibly sweet, incredibly sugary, and you don't always want that, Sometimes you want to finish off with something salty. So hopefully I didn't traumatize anybody with this vlog. It's all in fun. It's just a bit of adult fun. It's a bit of festive fun for the adults, which are hopefully the only people watching this video. If you read a real banger, a real great themed erotica that you think I should review in a future themed erotica novella video, do let me down below, or don't, because I understand, like, it's being real vulnerable with giving me your favorite title down there for all of the world to see. But until next time, stay kinky, star child.